if you are older and your younger ones are already getting married in this part of the world, I think it's always a big problem. It's always an issue. So people are already looking at you. You are down. It's as if all the beautiful things, all the good things that God has done for you, all the beautiful things in your life, they don't even count anymore. What matters, you just want to get married. So if you are listening to me and you're in that position tonight, you might want to get your pen and paper and, pick these points and write them down. And of course, you could actually listen to me live, and watch me live on www.nigeriainfo.fm/live. You could actually watch me nigeriainfo.fm/live, and then you could actually make comments. You could say something about this particular topic. Why do you think people are single against their wish? You can actually say one or two things, or you could follow me and say something. All right. My number one point is what I called unreasonable expectations. Unreasonable expectations. When people walk into my office, they want to register for matchmaking, and when they start listing the the kind of guy, the kind of lady they are looking for. I could remember a guy, and she like Dr. Tolu, big boobs, big bum bum. That's the way he usually, I call him big boob, big bum bum, and I find him a very nice lady, very homely, good girl. And I told him, this girl doesn't have big bum bum, but she has the big boobs. Why don't you make do with that? He was like, no, Dr. Tolu, it'll be big boobs, big bum bum. And at the end of the day, I was like, why will you lose a good woman because of big bum bum? Anyway, now the fact is, people come with so many expectations. It's okay to, I don't even expect you to want to get married and you don't have what you are looking for. There's something I tell people, that just how you have it in economics, when you want to get married, you should have what we call your scale of preference, just as it is in economics. If you can remember your secondary school economics, you have what we call scale of preference. You have your opportunity cost and alternative forgone. And, your opportunity costs are on the top of your list, and your opportunity forgone are at the bottom. And, so your opportunity costs, should be something very reasonable, Fine, I know that physical appearance matters. I don't even encourage people to get married to people or someone who they are not physically attracted to. But at the same time, you should understand that marriage is too serious to be based on big bum bum and big breasts. Really, it's such a big deal. It's just that, you see, the rate of divorce this day is crazy. People just get married because they want to have fun fair, want people, and then people get married today. These days I'm seeing it so often. People call me 3 months, 6 months, they want to divorce, and they call me, Dr. Tolu, actually we are separated. How many years of marriage? And you hear something like 6 months, 8 months, and I feel like, what's going on? Because our priorities are wrong. So one of the reasons why you might single against your wish is unreasonable expectations. It must be tall, dark, handsome, caring, loving, lanky, straight fingers, blah blah blah. It is good to desire all these things, but when you are trying to get all this, you should understand that nobody is perfect. Because you yourself, you are not perfect. You can't get 100% in one person. It's not possible. There must be something that will be remaining. So if you are waiting until you get that perfect man, that Prince Charming, that pretty lady that has no flaws, that has nothing, there's going to be problem. You're going to wait for a long time because you are not perfect. Because if somebody has the same mind that you have, waiting till you are going to be perfect before they find you, then there's going to be a problem. The same thing with men. You want a lady that is this, must have that, must come on. By the time you enter, you understand that marriage is a big deal, because marriage could make or match your life. It could, like I usually say, it could transform, make your life a U-turn 360 degree. It's not something you do, and you might not be able to live and enjoy your life for the rest of your life. When in a bad marriage, every aspect of your life will be affected. And then you go into something that's serious, and you are saying, if it's not this, I cannot marry you. If it's not that, I cannot marry. No. You should give room for alternative for God. You should give room for, for imperfection. You should give room for certain things that, even though I want this thing, but if it's not there, I will still enjoy my marriage. Even though I want this thing, if it's not there, babe will still be sexy. Even though I want this thing, if it's not there, I will still love my guy the way he is. So number one reason why I think you are sinned against your wish is because of unreasonable expectations. When you set expectations that are too outrageous for yourself, get the right person to meet such expectations becomes an issue. So if you feel you should have been married, but you are still single against your wish, maybe you need to review your expectations tonight. Just understand that nobody is perfect, and there are certain things that you might desire, but you cannot get in one person. All right? And my number two point, why I think you are still single and you want to get married, but you are still single against your wish, is what I call overrating you. Overrating you. I'm so beautiful. I can have any man of my choice. If it doesn't work with this one, it's going to work with that one. Before you know it, you find yourself in black market. That's the truth. There are guys of 40, 55, 50. In fact, I have guys who are 55. Single, has never been married, register with me for matchmaking. So the truth of the matter is, you if you overrate yourself, before you know it, your time with your own. I think I'm beautiful, I'm pretty, all the guys want me. You see, that is why I usually say I'm going to make a point and relate this to it. There's a season, there is a time that is set for you to be married. Maybe I'm not talking spiritual now, I'm talking at the time that all the guys want you, all the babes want to be with you. That is the right thing. If you miss it at that time, it might be difficult for you to get it right. So when you overrate yourself, the guys are coming and you are saying, who is going to get married to this one? You are waiting for the man that has, I said this a lot of time. Marry what drives a man, not what he drives. You are waiting for a guy that has a house in Lekki and driving a big car, even if he's maltreating you, eating you, and treating you anyhow, because there's an expectation that you have set for yourself. When you overrate yourself, you feel like a cool guy. Look at me. Then they are telling you go and get married. You say, you are still doing fine, boy. All the boys want to marry me. All the girls want me. I'm so handsome. I have a good job. You see, there's something I want to say about this. When when you are supposed to get married and you are looking at just like, don't worry, when I'm ready. There are so many ladies. I will just pick anyone that I want. From experience, most guys that are in that situation make mistakes at the end of the day. They end up, probably marrying the wrong person because of the fact that they feel, when I'm ready, I will pick anyone, I'm cool, I have a good job, there are babes everywhere. You get it wrong. And then my number three is what I call spiritual confusion. I call it spiritual confusion. Very, very, very common this part of the world. I'm going to tell you a story about a lady. She came to me for matchmaking. She was around 40 something, pretty, a lawyer, doing well. And, in the process of talking, I found out that she was actually married before, and the marriage lasted for just 3 months. Maybe I should call it marriage or not. I don't know what to call it. And, they got married. They moved to an action, and they were staying in a flat, so she has her own room, and the husband has his own room. And it's like, don't come to my room, don't come to where I am. And they were living like, tenants, I don't know, co-tenants in the same flat for those 3 months. She wouldn't want to tell him. She said, anytime I'm looking at him, I feel irritated. I feel like, and after 3 months, this tried, made a lot of effort to make sure things work out. She just doesn't want to talk to him. And then after 3 months, this guy just packed his stuff, packed full of his clothes, and walked away. And I was like, why? Why did you get married to him when you know you don't like him? I mean, I mean, if you see him, you said when you're looking at him, you get pissed off. So why get married to him? And she was like, I don't want to marry him. There's actually a particular guy. This lady I'm talking about is actually a virgin. She's about 40 something. She was still a virgin at the time that she came, you know. So I'm trying to say she's very religious, very dedicated, very highly spiritual. And I was like, so why did you get married to him? And like, there's actually a brother in the church that I really want to get married to. But, you know, but God said I should marry him. And I was like, oh, God said you should marry somebody you don't want to see. And then the person you love, you are attracted to, you feel that you can live it. God said you shouldn't marry the person. And that is the point. This story, I mean, I said this, you understand the point I'm trying to make. Spiritual fusion is so common in this part of the world. We are so good, you know, even the Bible we are following, or the word of God we are following, says we should watch and pray. But in this part of the world, what we do is pray and leave the watching, and expect God to come down and do the watching for us after answering the prayers. Now, how will God? Is God an author of confusion? That is why I call this number 3 point spiritual confusion. A lot of people are confused. You want to get married and then you carry 4 pictures. Help me to choose one out of this. You are running a tasket from pillar to post because you get married. The person you are attracted to, the person you love, the person you feel is okay for you. One, you now say, oh, it's my pastor that said I shouldn't marry him. It's my, you know, it's God. And then you want to shift the blame of God. It's not on God. It's not going to work. I'll tell you. We remember the story of Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. We know what happened. And, you know, when God wanted to ask Adam, I mean, God is an almighty, is almighty. He knows what happened. He still asked Adam, where are you? Why do you think God asked that question? God asked because the responsibility is resting on the shoulder of Adam. Adam is the one that God instructed. Adam is the one in charge. You know, that was why God asked him. But can you remember the response of Adam to God's question? That when God says, why did you eat the fruit? And she was like, God, you know, I told you it's not me. It was the woman you gave to me that made me to eat the apple. You know, so he tried to escape and shift the blame on Eve. And this is the dispensation of grace. So when you want to get married, the responsibility is resting on your shoulder. You can't shift blame on God anymore. That is why he that finds a wife finds a good thing and obtain favor. You are the one that are going to do the finding, so that when anything go wrong, you will be able to sit back and work on it and understand that it is the decision you have made. So when you have spiritual confusion, you are thinking, I mean, this is just too common, and I can't overemphasize this. I have seen a lot of issues, you know, in some churches, you know, you have maybe a financier, you know, or this mother in Israel that is doing so well, and she has a daughter. I have had, this one is a very common scenario that I see, you know, maybe a woman that is very influential or in church, and has a daughter who everybody feels she's a good girl, and there's a young pastor, a very fervent brother in the church. They just feel, oh, the daughter of this mother in Israel will be very good for this young pastor. Very common. People match people without getting to understand their personality, without getting to understand how compatible they are, and people can't complain. You know, because my father in the Lord said I should do it, because my spiritual leader, it doesn't have to be church, it could be mosque, be anywhere. Because my spiritual leader says I should do it, and that is why I'm doing it. I don't want to get married to that person. You know, you don't have to get caught up in the web of spiritual confusion. If not, you will be falling before you realize it. You know, it's good to seek the face of God and the leading of the Holy Spirit, but running from pillar to post is going to get you confused. You're going to stay single for a long time, and by the time you want to get married, you could actually get married wrongly, and then you find yourself back again as a single person. Why would you? I don't get it. Why you carry 4 pictures and say, hey, please help me to do, direct me to pray and choose one? I believe it is okay to pray before you make your choice, but just pray. God has a way of revealing to you. This is not this season where and then I'm drawing a well and then the sister came and helped me. Come on. Don't get confused. This one is telling you this is the one you should marry. This one is saying this is the one you should not marry, and then you just don't know what to do. Spiritual confusion. One of the reasons why you are single against your wish. God will not come down to give you a wife or a woman. Pray and seek his face. Is going to give you direction. And then my number 4 is what unsociable. I think I have to rush through this now. Unsociable temperamental. Unsociable temperamental. You see, human beings are different. We are not the same. And there are a lot of things that fashioned you to whom you are. You know, your cultural, in fact, culture has a lot, has a way of, in fact, I'm writing a thesis now, you know, I'm sending it to, you know, there's a counseling association I belong to in America, and I'm trying to, on the way African train. I remember, I have a client who has, you know, I'm looking at the right way to say this and still maintain my confidentiality, ethic. Okay, this one, you know, this lady, you know, lesbianism tendency, and you know, at a very young age, you know, they were just watching, you know, there was a scenario anyway. Let me not be too detailed. There was a scenario, and the mother looked at her, and the mother told her certain things. You see, you know, African mothers, you know, the mother told her, if you see this thing that you are doing like tomboy boy, if you try this thing, even when she has not tried it, mother drag her here and use the hair to drag her, you know, things. Say, if you try it, this and this is what I'm going to do for you or to you. And she said, she was very young then, and she said instantly, even though the tendency is in her, she says there is a kind of resetting that happened to her brain. You know, so I'm trying to paint a thesis on the way, you know, cultural and African style of bringing, shaping people's, you know, temperaments and desires, and, you know, I'm writing something on that. So there are people, you know, there are different kind of, we look at different type of temperamental. Some of us know it, you know, about phlegmatic, there's phlegmatic, there's melancholic, there is a sanguine, and there is a, which one is the fourth one now? Phlegmatic, melancholy, sanguine, and choleric. Yeah. So those are the 4 temperaments. Now your temperament says a lot. Cholerics are power drunks. You know, cholerics are, maybe you can relate them to our politicians. Cholerics doesn't have emotion. They are not emotional at all. You know, this kind of thing. Okay, and then let me just run through them. Then there's sanguine and ever bubbly, make friends so easily. And then there's phlegmatic. Phlegmatic is the laid back. If you are phlegmatic, it's very difficult for you to get married on time. Now the beauty of this particular point is, I'm not just saying this so that I just want you to see, oh, she knows it. No, I want you to look at your temperament, because if you make up your mind to work on yourself, you could actually work on yourself. Phlegmatic temperament wants everything to come to them. Even, you know, very common. I mean, and that is also, you know, our culture as a way of, you know, enhancing this. You know that a guy is looking at you. You know you like guy. You know this guy want to get close to you, and the guy is coming towards you, and you carry your face to the other side. Why? Why not walk towards him and like say hello? It doesn't make you cheap. I mean, you're not sleeping with him for crying out loud. So unsociable temperamental, you know, a lot of people, you know, that has phlegmatic nature, and this make them find it difficult to relate well with people. For some people, it could be their spiritual background. If some consider it a sin, dating or talking with the opposite sex, it might interest you to know that I used to be like that. I mean, mine is spiritual. I am still, but I mean, I'm not, I'm a work in progress, but I mean, up till now, I still don't find it easy to find so easily. When I was growing up, you know, I am this very churchy. I'm still churchy, funny enough. You know, I'm this no hearing, no trousers, no boyfriend, no talking to men. Come on. If a man is looking at me, I'm shaking and I'm praying, Holy Spirit, help him not to talk to me. You know, unsociable temperament. You want a guy and the guy is coming close to you and you are shaking. You want a babe and the babe is saying no to you and you are carrying your face to the other side. You need to work on yourself. You know what? This could be the reason why you are still single against your wish. Why will you enter a bus and you see a guy and the guy is saying, hello, I like your shoe, and you why? Oh, thank you. I mean, create conversation and start a conversation. Somebody is talking to you, somebody is smiling at you, smile back. Somebody is waving at you, wave back. Somebody is looking at you, wink at the person. It doesn't make you cheap. Unsociable temperament, you will go out, your life is triangular from church to house, from house to office. How will you position yourself to see and be seen? You know, I used to have a client. I don't know if I have a point that talks about this, but if I'm not just one, I've had, you know, you see, in this part of the world, we don't talk to counselors. It's a big problem. We don't talk to therapists. People picked up so many issues, so many traits, so many habits when they are growing up, and it becomes a part of them, and they can't even come out of it. They can't come out of it, and instead of coming out to seek for help, they just live with it. You know, I have seen guys. I've seen. You see, don't think that being single is just about ladies. Come on, a lot of men are out there that are single. Fine boy. I have seen a guy. This guy is an engineer. Clean, so tall, just name it, everything. Good job, young guy, good. The guy is about 32. He was already at the top of his career. This guy cannot even ask a lady out. The first lady he will ever sleep with in his life, he picked from a strip club. I have had series of clients like that. Strip club. That's the first place they could, because they don't need to like say, oh babe, I love you, you need to go through that. You know, the lady just followed them and they pay. I have had series. The first person they will sleep will be a prostitute. The person that is disvirgin them a prostitute, because they can't talk, because they can't open up, because they can't relate. Most of the time, you pick this thing when you are coming up. If you are like that, you just need to work on yourself, and that could be the reason why you are still single against your wish. And then, of course, my number 5 is what I call time waster syndrome. You see, I tell ladies a lot of time, if you are with a man for 3 months and you can't explain what you are doing in that relationship, get yourself examined. You could actually be in for a shock. You know, I remember a lady I was counseled, and she was with this guy for 10 years. 10 years. You know, 10 good years. They were, this guy was like a year older than, and she was already working, and this guy has to go back to school, and they were together, they were living together. He was paying the fee. It was a very pathetic situation. Actually, I felt so bad, in this part of the world. Like I said, we don't talk to counselors, and a lot of issues are happening. And when I see it, and I think I've seen it all, I see another shocker, and I feel like, wow, this lady was training this guy. 10 good years of her life they were together. What are they doing? She doesn't know. I tell ladies, you see, I'm going to come to a point, and I can relate that point to this. There's a point in your life when you are supposed to be married. Just logically, okay, let me put it that way. Logically, that as a lady, when you are between your 21 and your 27 or 28, you are in your prime. These are the time that guys are going to be coming. The men are going to be coming. I want to be with you. And then there's something somewhere that those very important 7 years of your life, they are going to be there. And you don't know what you are doing. Just because you want to say, I have a boyfriend. It is better you are not in a relationship to be with a time waster. walk out of it and raise your shoulder high. You have to do that tonight. Walk out of it. It is better to be single. You see, it is emotionally, it drains you emotionally. If you are with somebody and you don't know what is going on, you are better off without anybody, because you keep thinking, what are we doing? You don't even know what you're going to call. You keep investing all your emotion. You don't know whether you don't know your position with him. You keep worrying your head. I don't know if he loves me. I don't know if she loves me. I don't know if he wants to marry me. You are not so sure. I tell ladies, I get that a lot of time. How do I know if he want to marry me? In fact, or how do I know she's interested in me? I tell people, when you call me and you ask me that question, it's a sign of the fact that it's a problem. That's the easiest answer to your question. You want to know if your relationship is going to end somewhere, or is ending somewhere. The fact that you call Dr. Tolu to ask is a sign, it's a trigger that there is a problem. Because if everything is fine, it's going to be clear to you. You won't doubt it. You won't be wondering if it's going to work or is it not going to work. Is it going to be okay or is it not going to be okay? You will, because you'll be sure. Somehow you have this peace, this inner peace. But if you don't have that and you are asking questions, it's a sign, it's a trigger that something is wrong. And for ladies, you know, very common in our universities. Very common in our university, you know, if people listen to programs like this, that could help you, that could be a truth, you know, that could like slap back to your senses. Maybe it's going to help. Maybe a lot of people are in that situation because they didn't hear stuff like this. How could you be single and believe a married life? You are in the university and you are staying with someone. Maybe you have never seen somebody to tell you that it's not right. Dr. Tolu is telling you tonight, you don't need. It's a time waster syndrome. These guys, these ladies are wasting your time. Your prime time that somebody is supposed to come to you, this time that somebody is supposed to be your wife, the lady that is supposed to get married to you, the time that she's supposed to be with you, you are with somebody that you don't even know what you are doing together. And for ladies who are good at dating married men, this is a good example. You are dating a married man, he won't want to get married. He won't want to see a young guy beside you. He won't want to see a single guy beside you and you feel like he's fulfilling, oh, you know, anything I tell him, he gives me money, he gives me everything, he doesn't trouble me. Here, for like it belongs to someone else. It's a time, these guys are time wasters. He's going to waste your time, and by the time he's ready to move on, he will dump you. He's not going to get married to you. You know that. Time waster syndrome. Don't cohabit with a guy or the name of about to wed. She has good job, and okay, and because of that, you know, you want to stay with her, you don't know, and she's seen this, she's seen that, she's seen so many people, and you don't know what you are doing. You don't have enough esteem to tell yourself you deserve better. All right, so time waster syndrome. If you are in a relationship tonight that is draining you emotionally, you don't know what you are doing, you don't know what next, you might need to walk away, because the time that the right person is supposed to come, this person is going to be blocking them. I will be going on a short break. By the time I come back, I'll give you, I have about 15 points. I'll give you 2 more points, then answer your questions and close tonight. It's still Intimate Talk with Tolu, and we are still talking possible reasons why you could be single against your wish.